Ruben, you've spoken about Bournemouth, obviously your next big test. Not fun to play against, as far as you're concerned.
Yes, it's hard to play against that team. I think it's hard to play any game in Premier League, but the intensity that they put in every game, they have a top manager that is really, really smart. They have a special player. They have very good players, but they have a special player in Semenyo that can play both sides, both feet. I know Evan Nilsson quite well. It's so smart, and the technical ability of Evan Nilsson is really good. So it's going to be a fun game, but a really tough game.
Talk to me about the job that Andoni has done down there, though, in the short time that he's been there, and made them look an elite team.
I think it's not just the team, but if you look at the individual, he's improving them. And the way you look at some of that players, you think that they can play, with all due respect, with Bournemouth in the different level and Champions League level. So that is the job of a great manager.
On Monday Night Football, after your win against Wolves, there was a conversation about, do you look at Manchester United at the moment and think 1 defeat in 9 or 2 wins in 6? How do you look at it?
I always look at the worst side, because I think it's my job.
2 wins in 6 then?
Yes. But again, the most important thing, we should have more points, but we need to look why we are struggling in some games to hold the advantage, and even the way we play the game. So I just look always it's my job to look at the worst side, not the best side.
Supporters will look at it though, and they'll look at the league table, and there's a real opportunity this season, as you well know, for European football. As a coach, at what point do you look at a season and think, reflect, what can be achieved going into the second half? Because we're approaching the midway point now, aren't we?
I don't know, because we have been so inconsistent sometimes that it's hard to predict something. But again, one of the good things is that we addressed, and in the summer we addressed the lack of goals, and we are scoring goals. So something we are addressing, we are improving. We need to stop suffering so many goals, because sometimes it's not so many opportunities for the opponent to score goals against us. And that is also my job, not just to look at the focus on just the results, but also what is happening on the pitch. And again, I think we could be in a different position.
Has it allowed you, though, because you're not in European competition this season, has it given you the time to put this right in readiness for when you do return to European competition?
Yeah, I think we are going to be more prepared for European games than we were last year. And last year we were playing. So if we look in that side of things, we will be in a different situation to cope with both games during the week. But we are taking advantage of this time to train. We are working on several things. I think we need to change in some games the way we play. So we are trying to work on that, because when you go to Europe, you don't have time to work on nothing. You just have to prepare the games and to prepare the physical aspect of the players.
When you talk about having that time to prepare, to get ready for something, and you preparing yourself to come to the Premier League as a coach and learning the English language and the different accents and understanding the sense of humour, how did you do that?
I know that is hard. You have to experience, especially in Premier League, and when you come for Premier League, it's not just the fact of you as a manager, you are coming for the best league in the world. You come maybe for the best club with the most attention by everyone. So it's a big gap. So you can prepare, and I've always felt when in Lisbon in the final year, I was thinking I need to leave to grow. I felt prepared, but of course, when you have the experience, you are learning a lot of things that you didn't know. So I think I'm more prepared now than I was 1 year ago.
Did you listen to a lot of things? And maybe I'm going down a pathway here, like podcasts, radio, that sort of thing, to articulate the language.
Yeah, of course. I did that since I was sporting 3 years ago, because first of all, I had the same rules. I was not listening nothing about the Portuguese league because I was protecting myself. And my way of doing that, I loved always Premier League. So I watch every games. I remember to listen. I think he's not famous. He's famous here, but he's not. Talk Sports, with all the accents, with Simon Jordan ranting all the time. I imagine what he says about me. So,
do you listen now?
No. No way. So that was one way. Every press conference of the managers, especially in the top managers, I listen in my car going home. So I try to prepare myself. But again, you need to leave everything to know how you should behave in every situation.
It kind of leads me on to now asking, who was your favourite then Premier League manager at that point you were listening to? Who did you enjoy the most?
To listen, I think Klopp is really funny. Everyone listen. Guardiola is a reference for everyone. Mourinho had his time here, so I try to listen everyone and try to understand everyone. So it was not just the top managers, but most of the time it was the top managers that I listen.
Would you like to have contested against Jurgen?
I don't need more competition. I just need to survive this one. I think we are especially this season, I think is more competitive than ever. Everyone is really smart. Every club can buy good players. Sometimes it's not top players in people's minds, but if you have, and I come from a different world, if you have 40 to pay for any player is a big player. So I don't need more competition. I have competition enough.
But it does seem very open, doesn't it, this season in the Premier League?
Yeah, it's going to be like that, I think, until the end, especially for European football. Even if you see, of course, Wolverhampton is struggling, but the rest, everything is so near that everything is going to change until the end.
Do you still kickbox?
Not anymore. I don't have a lot of time. I have a bag here. I use it 3 times, but I'm not doing in this moment.
I was just thinking of the personal sacrifices as well that you would make to try and achieve something so good with Manchester United, and what managers and coaches have to sacrifice to be the very best.
I think it's hard to talk in sacrifice in my life. I have everything. I can spend time with my kids. Of course, I'm not going to have my kids for Christmas, but it's an option. So it's completely different. There are people around the world that are not spending time with their kids in Christmas because they cannot do it. But for me, it's an option. It's my option to have in this moment.
But you make those decisions because you want to succeed.
It's clearly, until I'm here, I'm the guy that suffers more, believe it or not, with the defeats and the draws of Manchester United.
How do you handle them?
It's easy. It's to prepare the next one and to believe in myself that I will be able to change things and to try to everything that I said, especially to the board and to the fans, and try to do, because you cannot promise results, but I will continue to do everything I promise to everyone here.
Is it something you take home?
Yeah, sometimes it's getting harder not to think about football at home. I think that is normal, but because you are thinking, but I can be a normal dad at home.